it's Margaret here with Pampered Chef, and I'm showing you a new recipe for this spring and summer 2019 called 7-layer Tex Mex salad. Doesn't that look delicious? I am actually making this salad to put in the fridge and have ready because I'm not going to be home tonight. I have a party, and so I want it to be ready for my family when everybody gets home from work. So before I go to work, I'm throwing this together. I prepped all my veggies ahead of time, so that'll save me a bunch of time. And right now I'm going to cook the chicken. And I have little chicken breast tenderloins. And I have the grill pan with the grill press that is heated up here on my stove for 5 minutes on medium high. I've seasoned some tenderloins here with some Tex Mex rub. That's kind of a rub that I haven't used a lot, but I thought, you know what, a lot of the new recipes called for it, and I thought I'm gonna just go ahead and order some and use it. So you want this grill pan to be hot so that you hear that sizzle as soon as you put the meat on. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if any of you have the grill pan, but this beautiful Lifetime pan gets used almost daily in my house. I do a lot of chicken. Don't mind my dogs. For some reason, they're going crazy today. I do a lot of chicken, but this is also great for quesadillas and grilled cheese sandwiches and really anything you would put in a fry pan. It puts the beautiful grill marks on it. I'm going to season the other side with the rest of the rub here. And it just comes clean like nobody's business. So there's, oh, hamburgers even. You don't even have to pull the grill out to do the hamburgers. So I'm going to put the press right back on, and I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes and then flip them over, and I'll show you what it looks like when they're done. Okay, so while our chicken is cooking, I'm going to put the dressing together. This is a super simple dressing. I've really enjoyed doing a lot of homemade dressings recently because I just feel better about eating them because they don't have any preservatives in them. So I'm going to be using our Measure, Mix, and Pour, which is our dressing maker. You can mix right in here. You can measure right on the side. You can do, there's 4 different dressing recipes here. There's a ranch dressing, an Italian dressing, Caesar, and Asian, and they're all really good, and they're kind of lightened up from standard dressings, so you're going to find them pretty healthy without missing any flavor. Then you just pour right from it, right onto your salad, and then you can take the lid and turn it so that the opening is to the side, and seal it so that it can store right in the fridge with the rest of your dressing. So what we're going to use today is we're using our mini measure-all cup to measure 2/3 cup of yogurt, Greek yogurt, plain, which is a great substitution for sour cream. And we're going to put in a 1/4 cup of milk. These little measuring cups are so handy. I use these all the time. This is a 1/4 cup. It's called the petite measure-all. This is the mini measure-all. It's a 1 cup. We have the big one, the measure-all, which is 2 cup. A lot of uses for baking with that one, but I use these smaller ones more often. This one, think about measuring honey, because right, one side's liquid like you saw with the milk, and the other side is goopy things like sour cream, yogurt, honey, stuff like that. And then I want to add some more of this Tex-Mex rub. So don't get confused. I need a teaspoonful. Don't get confused with our rubs being just rubs, like you have to rub them on meat and that's all you do. They're really seasoning mixes, and I use them as seasoning mixes. Very seldom do I use them as a pure, true rub. And then I want some lime juice in here. And of course, I'm pulling out my trusty citrus press again, getting every bit of that lime juice out. I only need half of a lime. Let's make sure I have everything. The yogurt, the milk, the Tex Mex. Oh, and I need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to kind of eyeball that. That's about right. There we go. And then I'm going to mix it right up. Let's just clean the lip of that off just a little bit. There we go. And then it has the built-in plunger. So there I go. And that way, if I make my dressing ahead, the flavors will really be very well married, if you will. I guess that's a term in the cooking world. The flavors will have time to blend. And so I'll put this in the fridge. So here we are. The chicken is done. It's beautiful. Look at that. Beautifully browned, beautifully seared, seasoned. It smells delicious. And I'm just gonna pull it out from the pan and let it cool. And then my tip for easy cleanup on this, for this pan, is just pour a cup of hot water in it now and let it sit while you eat. And then when you go to clean it up, it'll clean up just like nothing. Easy peasy. Okay, you guys, now it's time to get the lettuce ready for this. So I am choosing romaine. It has nice crunch and it's perfect for this kind of salad because there's so many other hearty parts to it. You want the lettuce not to wilt under all that. So how I like to prepare my lettuce is keeping the head whole, unwashed, and cutting it up first. So I take a large knife and cut it lengthwise all the way through, and then give it a little partial rotation, and about an inch or so from that original cut, I cut it through all the way again, and then another partial turn, cutting it all the way through. And I do this 3 or 4 times, and for large heads, maybe 5, and for smaller romaine hearts, I might only do that twice. And I'm going to get rid of all these tips that are kind of brown. Let's get rid of those. And then the rest of it, now I'm just going to cut it this way. And it's pretty much going to be into bite-sized pieces. Now, I remember years ago my mom telling me that, I think it was my mom, that lettuce will be brown, will turn brown if you cut it with a metal knife. And I've since then cut lettuce with a metal knife many times because of lack of time to you know, pick it apart, pull it apart. And I found that really it's not the knife that causes it to get brown, it is water. When you've cleaned the lettuce and you've not been able to get all the water out of it, and I'm getting some of the dark ribs out of there, and it sits with the water in it in the fridge, you're going to end up with brown, gross lettuce. But if you can rinse it and get all the water out, regardless if you cut it with a knife or what, your lettuce will stay fresh until you eat it all, a week at least. And so the salad spinner is the perfect tool to do that. It comes with 2 baskets. This one is for like berries or smaller amounts. We're not going to need that one right now. We're going to use the large basket, and I'm just going to take these. I love my flexible cutting mats. Do you guys have them? They're the best. You just pick stuff up and put it right in. See, it curves. And there we go. That is a whole big head of romaine lettuce. These are nice too because they have a silicone back so they don't go sliding across the counter. So then this now is what I'm going to rinse the lettuce with. Okay, I've rinsed my lettuce, and now I'm putting it in the spinner. Put the top on. Has a little lock, so I'm going to unlock it if I can. There we go. And then spin. You can probably see a lot of that water going all to the side. I'm going to stop it. It's got a little break right here, and pour out some of that water now. So the first spin, you're going to get at least a cup of water, if not more. And then I'm going to spin it some more. Even more. It'll come out totally dry. And then I usually store it in a big gallon Ziploc bag. If you have a big enough container, you can store it in a big sealable container. You want it to be airtight. Yep, see? There's another 1/4 cup of water. And I'll probably do 3 times just to be sure I've got all the water out. And I kind of just, yep, it's very dry. Barely shiny at all. Just to get that last bit off. I've heard of people doing their swimsuits in here. I think that's pretty funny to think about. I have never done that, but they put their swimsuit in, and the swimsuit, they can spin out their swimsuit. Yep, there was just 1 more tablespoon. So, salad spinner, it's the way to buy whole heads of lettuce, rinse them up, and have them not go bad. So as we wrap up everything we need to do to get ready for this 7-layer Tex Mex salad, the last thing I need to do is open, drain, and rinse a can of black beans. So our can opener produces a edge that is not sharp. It cuts around this outside edge and breaks the seal. And how it works is you just butt it up against there at a 90-degree angle, start turning around and round it. So I've got a funny story for you. I thought I was videoing earlier today when I wasn't, and I thought I was not videoing when I was. So I cut the rest of that video out because all it was me cleaning up my kitchen. And I want to finish showing you how awesome this can opener is and tell you what ended up happening with our Tex Mex salad today. So you guys saw, but of course the beans are already done and the can's thrown out. So I'm going to show you with the can of soup real quick. So you know the whole deal of how this works. You butt it up against there at a 90-degree angle. You go round and round. When it starts to let up or click, and that just did it, you go counterclockwise and it releases. And then this little trigger on this side operates these little pinchers on that side. And all you do is pinch the edge of the can and lift up, and it is no sharp edge. It even works on these kind of cans. I don't like those kind of cans. I've cut myself on this type of pop top before. So I mean, they're convenient when you don't have a can opener, but I like to be able to open the can. So that's how it works. No sharp edge. You can just put this top right on. I'll put this of course in a different container because my daughter will probably have it later tonight or tomorrow. So then, instead of putting this salad all together while I was getting ready to do that for tonight, my husband called earlier today and said, hey, why don't you just keep that salad all separate just so nobody's fighting over what they want on their salad, because I'm not home tonight. He didn't want to deal with it. So I went and did my boutique, and wouldn't you know it, as time turned out, we didn't even eat this salad for dinner tonight. And so I'm really glad I didn't mix it all up. And now, guess what the good news is? Dinner is ready for tomorrow night. Because now I've drained the beans in my favorite little colander. This is just fabulous. It's called the Easy Read colander. I added them to my lovely, you guys saw this the other night, my lovely salad bar in the fridge. My black beans are right there, along with some more tomatoes and all the radishes and red cabbage. The salad spinner bowl doubles as a lovely serving bowl, and it actually comes with this nice lid to keep everything fresh. So not only can you spin the salad in here, you can serve it and store it in here too. And it's got a nice silicone base so that it is non-skid. So those are all ready to go. The chicken, what I ended up doing with it is I put it in my small batter bowl, which is handy with a lid. I'm sure you guys have these lovely batter bowls. This is the 1 quart or 4 cup batter bowl, and the classic one is 2 quart or 8 cup. And then I took my double-bladed scissors, also called salad choppers, and I just got in here and cut up my chicken. And I did that earlier on video, but not on video. These are wonderful for cutting up chicken for tacos, for salads, for pastas, for enchiladas, all those kinds of things. It does a great job making salsa. It does a great job cutting up your lettuce, all that kind of stuff. So that's now ready to go. I have my cheese all grated from last night. Part of this is for my taco ring Friday night that I was going to make Friday night, but probably going to make it Saturday now, and for this salad too. And it's in this nice leak-proof container, so it's airtight and the cheese will stay good for a long, long time. And of course, like you already saw, my salad dressing is in its container, and so all these things will store it beautifully until we eat it for dinner tomorrow night. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.